So my name's Amanda. I'm 32, mother of two, a wife, daughter, sister. I grew up in a Catholic background. I was a rebellious teenager, I was too cool for that stuff, too cool for Jesus, that kind of thing. But recently, I think last year with all the chaos and the craziness going on, I came to a point where I was seeking spiritual truth, not just everything around you in the world. Everybody's looking for truth right now, I think, with all the craziness, but I was really looking inward for truth too, what's really life all about, So I just had this urge, and it must have been God telling me to get a Bible and start reading. And I have not read a Bible for a very long time. I probably couldn't even tell you the last time I had before this. So I called my mom and I said, "Mom, do you have any Bibles at your house?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got your Uncle Bob's old Bible. It's King James Version." I was like, "That's fine, I'll take it." My mom gave me that, and I was real apprehensive. So I just started flipping through it and looking at things that he had underlined and things like that. And then I was like, well, just start from the beginning. So I opened it up and I started reading it, and it was the Spirit was flowing through me. I could read it, I could understand it very easily, it's King James, it's not really written in our English that we understand. So I was just like, this is crazy. So I called my mom and I said, "Mom, I can just read this whole thing." I'm like, the imagery is popping out. It's like reading a normal book, And so I was really stoked about that. So I started inquiring questions with my friends, and Dr. Josh, I asked him a few questions when I would go in for an appointment. And he just, I felt like I was being called back. I felt like God was calling me back, come home, come into my arms. And so I did. And I've had a couple crazy experiences that was like, that's definitely a God thing. So yeah, and then the other kind of odd experience that I had a dream. I think this was shortly after I asked Dr. Josh. I asked him, well, how do you know when you are ready to give your life to Jesus? And he's like, well, if you're asking me, you probably already know. And I'm like, you're probably right. So I had a dream, and the only thing I can say is that it felt like I was talking with God. In this dream, I was like, I was just like, well, what do I need to do, And he said, just let go. And literally my fists, I woke up to my fists opening, just let go, And so I'm pretty sure either the next day or the day after, in my car on the way home, I was like, all right, Jesus, I'm giving it all to you. That's it. And so ever since, I've been following his word and doing my best. And then I felt this kind of pressure from myself to be I don't want to be this hypocritical Christian. I don't know. Sometimes religion, I think, gets in the way of it. And so I'm thinking to myself, I just want to be true. And that's all. So, and then I was like, well, I don't need church. I have the word, and then I'm starting watching church online and picking up different churches and watching. I'm like, all right, I have to find something around here. So I asked Dr. Josh, I said, what church do you go to? And he told me, and so I watched it online for a couple weeks. And then one morning, I knew if I would have thought about it, I would have talked myself out of it. I woke up, got ready, went to church. So now it's been a ride. It's been fast. It's been a complete overhaul of my mind, my heart. It's transformative, and Jesus is the only thing that happens. So it really has. It's just that simple. And I've heard it many times over that we try to complicate it. I think especially non-believers try to complicate it, and there is a lot of hypocrisy in the world today, so it's easy to see why, but once you realize once you can grasp how simple it is, it's all right, I want to live for you. I want you to live through me. I want to do your works to glorify you. And it's just that simple. So, yeah.